Hey family, it's your girl Nik from the Convo with Nik and Pat. Join us for inspirational, thought-provoking, life-changing discussions on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Fishbowl Radio Network and streaming across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See you on Wednesdays. What's up, fam? It's your girl, Nik, coming to you live from a location that is not the studio. No, but anyway, what's up, Tay? Thank you for getting me on. I had technical difficulties, y'all. I'm so sorry. I am traveling with my job, and I just couldn't get it together today. So sorry for the delay. I hope all is well with everybody. Tay is on the ones and twos as usual, making sure that all my little issues back here get taken care of. This has been a crazy month. This has been, but life always lives, and we just have to get it together. So I don't know about y'all, but it's been a fast week. It's been a crazy week. Been trying to get things in a more stable place, and just rolling with podcast work, caregiving, side hustles. I've got some other projects going on I'm really, really, really excited about. And you guys will get more details on those shortly. But lots of good things going on. I hope you guys have had a great week up to this point. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. And it is already the end of the month. Like, I am tripping. Like, this is crazy to me that half the year is already gone. We're about to hit July. And it's just been crazy. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So this month we've been talking about non-traditional, traditional marriage in a non-traditional world. I hope you guys have gotten things out of our discussions. There's been a lot to unpack with some of the discussions this month. And so tonight, just kind of wanted to level set and just kind of talk through things. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Just wanting to unpack things and make things a little bit more conducive because, hey, Pat. Stop shaking your head. It's all good. I had issues today getting on too. Couldn't get my mic to work. But anyway, welcome, Pat. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's it going?
I'm good.
How was your site visit today?
What
That's all
it
we
went
need.
really well. We'll have to
Catch
download
up. I got you.
on that.
I got you.
It went really well. Really well. Looking forward to tomorrow's meetings, but it went
Wow.
very well. But anyway, so was just telling everybody that we've had some good discussions this month about the topic, which is traditional marriage in a non-traditional world. And we were just going to use tonight to just kind of wrap up the discussion for the month and just kind of talk about some more stuff. So, what's on your mind?
Um, as I really just, I've like really just taken the whole month and putting everything together, which we have some very good discussions this month. Very good information being shared. I think one of the things that, and I just had this conversation with someone, is I'm baffled how there are some people that don't believe that consideration is deserved in their partners. And here's what I mean. She said that she doesn't understand why her partner wants her to say thank you when he does stuff for her. But watch this. I said, but somebody, one of her neighbors, baked her and her husband some banana bread that they don't even eat. I said, when they brought it over, did you say thank you?
Probably not, because she
And
don't
she doesn't
understand the
understand
word.
because he's saying to her, and this is why I'm bringing it up because he says to her, she doesn't give me the same grace, respect, consideration, appreciation that she gives for other people, and I do everything for her. But
But that
she
just
believes that it doesn't deserve a thank you, whereas um, anything that anybody else does, it does. And so the reason why I'm bringing it up is because one of the things that I want us to really take away from this month is that if we're going to do marriage and relationships right and well, we got to stop being so selfish.
okay,
I have not seen,
but that's the
come
thing.
on,
Like selfish people don't understand consideration because selfish
absolutely.
people are all about self. That's why they are
And that's
selfish.
what, and she does not get that. It has to be, there's no other. I told her like it's kind of hard to listen to because there's no other perspective that she will listen to besides her own. No other voice matters but her own. No other way matters but her own. Like it doesn't matter. Even if he says something, she'll say, no, 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 no. It's an automatic defense. And I'm like, I don't see how y'all have made it this far because again, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I told her this is the thing that we have to realize that men carry the voice of justice, women carry the voice of care. And if you grow up in a house where only the voice of care is heard, then when you get into a situation where the voice of justice comes out, you're not going to receive it as priest protection and provision. You're going to receive that as you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. So then one or two things happen. Either you insert your way and your will to dominate that man, or he just gets tired and he leaves. And I think that this is where they are, that he's at the place where he's ready to leave because his voice is not considered. And she doesn't see how selfish she is. And I'm like, some of these shows, I've even sent her the one, I sent them the link to the very first show this morning where Pastor just laid it out about taking ownership of each other's hearts because people can apologize for their actions, but they don't consider how their actions made you feel.
Okay, but a selfish person, even if they it's
Selfish
not
people, though, they'll apologize.
what? What you say?
I was just selfish people don't apologize.
But that's why I was just gonna get it. Selfish people, even if they apologize, it's not coming from the right place in in the first place. Because selfish people only do things that are going to yield a win for them. Because selfish people, again,
And
they
that's
are
why I said that because that was the very thing that he said in that show. They're responding to win,
right. And so, but
to
when
hear
you're
your heart.
correct, but when you're in relationship, it's not about just a win for you. It's about a win for us as a couple. And that requires sacrifice. That requires I'm switching the screen so everybody can see your shirt. Hold on. What?
Go switch it over, do your thing.
Oh crap. It's not working. Oh, it's not working. Dang it.
I'll get to you later.
But I wanted people to see your shirt. There we go. Okay, so selfish people are not gonna realize what's on your shirt. Okay.
Multiply love, add hope, end division, and subtract fear.
They're not gonna understand it. Selfish people don't understand addition and subtraction. They only understand addition and multiplication when it comes to them. And when we're dealing with relationships, it is important that you understand that everybody comes to the table in equal portions to sacrifice and do what's in the best interest of we the couple, not me the individual. Couple requires we, not me,
I agree.
because you trade the me for we. It's a collective pursuit.
I agree. I agree.
And to bring it back to traditional um, marriage in a non-traditional world, because we get hung up on us instead of what it's supposed to look like and should look like, we adopt things that don't work for what marriage is really. What are you eating?
My first meal of the day.
I'm not mad at you because I'm going to eat as soon as we get through. um, what are from a I need you to put your hat on real quick.
Okay.
I need you to put on.
Did you get my request to script that video?
Yes, I'm almost
Okay.
done. I'm
Go
almost done. Um, I need the pastoral hat for a second.
Okay. Shoot.
You're dealing with a new couple and
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to figure out this whole traditional marriage and what that looks like. As a
Mm-hmm.
pastor, what do you tell them? And don't give me a sermon.
No.
Give me
Make it very
give me a
simple.
2 minute.
The first thing I would have to do is I would have to understand what their traditions are. Case in point, when you go to the doctor, there used to be a time when you go to the doctor and they ask you what's hurting, describe it, point to it on a scale of 1 to 10, your pain is, and they go through all of that. Why is it now when you go to a doctor, the first thing that they start asking you questions about are your parents, your history? Did your mother have cancer? Any history of diabetes in your family? Is there any history of, and they go down the list. And the reason why they do that is because sometimes in order for me to identify what's showing up in your present narrative is to understand what's also associated to your bloodline. All the women in my family have dealt with cancer. Watch this. All the women in my family have been single. All the men in my family are alcoholics. My daddy was an alcoholic. My uncles were alcoholics. My grandfather, everybody, in my, everybody suffered from mental illness. When you begin to start talking about a traditional marriage, the one thing that people do not do is the old people would say it this way: you don't look deep before you leap. You don't consider what you are marrying. You only look at the who. Oh, that's Laquela, and she fine, and she got a coke bottle figure, and she look good, and she a freak in the bed, and she do this so forth and the other, and that's Tyrone, and Tyrone got abs, and he got a six pack, and Tyrone got dreads, and he look good, and he look, and we look at the aesthetics of a person when you don't consider how he pays bills, you don't consider what he thinks about money, you don't think about alignment. Is there a purpose? You don't think about how we mesh. You don't think about where he comes from, what he's come through, where she comes from, what she comes through. I would even tell this, watch this. Something simple, something simple. What man actually looks at a woman about the way she cleans before he marries her?
I'll look
You
at
get
all
in
of
your car, you got 12 pair of shoes, you got nuggets in the back seat, fries on the floor, you got all of these things matter. So when you're saying traditional, the thing is, what you're not really dealing with, Nick, is whether it's a tradition, but more so, is it a pattern? And some patterns, you're not marrying a tradition. You got some people that are like that. I've known people that be like, and I've experienced this. Went to a family reunion, and the person that I was with at the family reunion, her aunt walked up to me and said these. I had to come and meet you for myself because I was trying to figure out who married her because we all said, well, nobody gonna marry her because child, she don't, and it just went down the list. Watch this. But everything they said was true. She didn't
Wow.
cook. She didn't clean. She was negative. She was smart mouth. She wasn't respectful. She didn't submit. And they used to all talk among themselves and say, we used to all say that she will never be married because of the following reasons. And all the following reasons showed up within my marriage 2 weeks after we were married, and we were in counseling 2 weeks after we married. Because I did not consider what I was marrying more than I was looking at who. Y'all, you better stop running past red flags. A red light means stop, fool.
Stop.
It is something that you have to consider and notice and take, like, you got to take careful that something is going between the intersection before you proceed, because you might wreck if you don't pay attention to what should cause you to stop. That red flag means take careful notice of what you just saw. So I'm concerned that when we say traditional, like traditional versus non-traditional, is to really understand patterns. Because if you, and you're gonna know what this word means because you've done it. If people don't do their shadow work before they get married, those things that been in the shadows when you get married will most certainly come to light.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that patterns in traditional and non-traditional, so the young couple, I would really tell you, if y'all just getting into it, God honors marriage. He's not a respecter of person, but he's a respecter of principle. And you're just going to have to walk through that. And especially if it's early in the stages, you can combat it. If you get into, developmental counseling early, you can work through those things. But I would tell people, listen, y'all better stop thinking that love is enough to stay married, because it's not.
It's not. Um, I loved my ex-husband dearly, but love was not enough. Um, you got to do your shadow work.
And some
Okay.
people will love you to death.
Well, my prayer has always been I don't want anybody to love me so much that they have to, they hate me, they want to hurt me, they hate themselves, they want to hurt themselves. Um, and I've always asked the Lord to just protect me from that because th- to me, that's not love, that's control, and obsession. And there's a difference. Because if you love me, you wouldn't want to hurt me and you wouldn't want to hurt yourself. Because if you really love me, I am an extension of you. So why would you hurt yourself for? But anyway, let me leave that. Huh?
Say that one more again.
I said, if you really loved me, I am an extension of you, and why would you want to hurt me or yourself?
I put something out yesterday. Two statements. Statement number one: you failed as a man when the woman who once looked at you with love now remembers you as a lesson she had to heal from.
Ooh, but that applies to men and women.
Wait a minute, watch this. You failed as a man when the woman who once looked at you with love now remembers you as a lesson she had to heal from. You failed as a woman when the man who once loved you deeply no longer misses you. He only misses the version of himself he was before your hurt.
Ooh. Mm.
That, according to our house and residence pastor, is you taking ownership of their heart.
It is. It is.
Because people, and I'm not saying those, like, if you was in an abusive situation, but That's different. You need to stay gone. But most people that hurt you, they don't stay around to help you heal. They don't. They don't even care what you had to do to pull yourself together. They don't care the hours that you had to spend, the days that you had to work, the prayers that you had to pray, the tears you had to cry. None of that means nothing. This is what you hear in the words of Mr. on Color Purple. What's wrong with you now? And she answered, what's wrong with me? I tell you what's wrong with me. It's time for me to get away from you and into creation. You took my sister Nettie away from me. I want you to listen to the dialogue because you knew she was the only one who loved you. But Nettie and my kids, they're going to be home soon. And when we all get together, we're going to sit around and whoop your ass.
It's one of my favorite lines in the whole movie.
Nettie, your kids, woman, you talking stupid, talking foolish. No, I got kids. They in Africa, learning new languages, new customs, and getting plenty exercise. And they're going to turn out a lot better than these heap of fools that you never tried to raise. Oh, watch this. Pause. Hold on. No, hold on. Because white folks would have never got Sophia, what you just said, if you never tried to rule over her. If you never tried to control her. But where did Harpo learn the treatment that he gave Sophia?
From
His
Mr.
dad.
Yeah.
And so he learned not love, not care, but abuse.
He
And
learned
the
abuse.
problem was he married a woman that was raised
By a
all
whole
my
bunch of
life. I
men.
had to fight. I had to fight my brothers, my uncles, my daddy. Girl, child ain't
He
safe in the
fought
family
everybody.
men. But I never thought I had to fight in my own house. Even Miss Celia then turns and say, this side be girl, you better bash Mr. Head and think about heaven later. In other words, I ain't finna let myself be beat on by nobody.
Correct. So,
That ain't love. So a lot of people don't see what you just said, and I love the way you phrased that. You're not gonna hurt me or even try to hurt yourself because even in you hurting yourself, that's manipulating me to stay in something that you know that neither one of us should be in.
correct. Um, I'm trying to get your statement right. Uh, you felt as a woman when the man you love looks at you as what?
You failed as a woman when the man who once loved you deeply
Oh,
no longer misses you. He only misses the version of himself he was before you hurt him.
hold on.
You failed as a woman when the man who once loved you deeply no longer misses you. He only misses the version of himself he was before you hurt him. Because we have a tendency to try to treat men like they don't love as hard as women. They really do.
I'm typing. Keep
I
talking.
got you. That's why I'm giving you a minute. And I could go deeper for us to talk in a minute that when you have those men who are in relationships where they are mistreated by women, I can tell you where he learned that from his mother.
I, I was just gonna say that.
Where he never had a voice. He was never respected. He was never honored. And so you was groomed that when a woman is frustrated with you, you shut up. You don't
but
talk.
I think that goes back to what you said earlier, that when we're preparing for traditional marriage, when we're preparing for tradition in relationships, you have to do your shadow work and know, number one, your history, your triggers, how you
Thank you.
respond to things, how you should respond to things as the healed version of you. Because when you do the shadow work, that opens the door for you to heal. And then you show up as the
Recommend. I would recommend a book for everybody, especially those who are seeking marriage. And I'm talking about if you're a man who wants a wife, if you're a wife who wants a husband, whether you're in a relationship or not. I want you to go to get a book called Spiritual Temperaments. Because what you just said, Nick, is spot on. I need to know. And that's what attunement is, understanding what your triggers are, not demonizing them for having them.
you said spiritual temperaments.
Spiritual temperaments. Mhm.
Okay. Temperament. I'm gonna put it out there, but it says I misspelled it. Okay.
Because when you've gone through something, you shouldn't be demonized for having gone through it. Because this is what love is to me. This is Patrick philosophy. I'm not telling y'all it's right. You ain't got to subscribe to it, And I'll tell y'all, like these Instagram and TikTok prophets, if this word has been a blessing to you, I'll leave my cash app on the screen. I don't want to give y'all my Zelle because people be playing with Zelle too much. I give y'all my cash app. But watch this. This is what love is with me. Love is not seeing the brighter side of the situation. Love is being willing. Love is not seeing the brighter side of the situation, but love is you being willing to sit with me in the dark. Because in this moment, I may not be able to see my way through. I may be hurting so bad that I can't verbalize what I'm feeling. I might not be able to communicate how my heart is grieving right now. And we don't have to come to a resolve and an understanding, but are you willing to just sit with me in the dark? And many people, we try to rush people to heal because we want the fun and excitement and the enjoyment, and we want the giddy and the gay and the lively, and and you don't want to deal with the fact that sometimes the person that you're loving did everything that they could just to get out the bed and go face the day.
Coley said, "Amen, amen," and she could not agree with you more.
I don't want to feel judged by telling you I'm hurting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to feel as if like it's wrong for me to hurt, or even watch this, or that you're the reason why I'm hurting. I'm just hurting.
I want to go back to your definition. Love is not roses, basically. It's not always roses. It's the ebb and flow of life. It's the ebb and flow of feelings. It's the ebb and flow of just trading spaces with each other. But I'm also going to say um, it's love is also just acceptance. You have to accept that both of you, and I'm saying acceptance in both parts, you have to accept that both of you are human. Both of you need grace. Both of you have ebbs and flows. Both of you have issues. Both of you feel differently on things. Both of you, it is Love is about accepting each other where you are and being willing to move together in that space. And love is when you accept the other person, it's the love that allows you to move forward because you've made a concerted decision, a concentrated decision to show up.
Love is work.
Love is work.
Love is work. It is work.
Love is
And
work.
here's the thing about the beauty of that statement. I am a person that I'm result. Let me give you an example. I was in the store the other day, and there was a woman who was asking me for a particular product. I noticed when I was talking to her, she had a safety pin in her glasses. I just kept noticing it. I just could not ignore the fact that that safety pin kept dangling and hitting her in the eye and eyelashes, striking it and hitting it, and I just couldn't ignore it. So I said, ma'am, I said, can I ask you a question? I said, it might seem a little bit personal too. And she said, what's that? I said, how long have you had that safety pin in your glasses like that? She said she had a screw in it, it fell out. She had another one put in, that one fell out. So she just stuck the pin in and called it a day. I said, that's a spirit. She's like, huh? I said, that's a spirit. I said, I just want you to hear me. I said, just like success is a spirit, you know, wanting, greater is a spirit, motivate. I said, mediocrity is also a spirit. That'll do is a spirit. Why, when I started telling her about that, she opened up and told me that her husband just left her. And I asked her, I said, do you mind me asking you why? I didn't even know it was going to turn into this, just by me telling her about the fact that she got the safety pin in her glasses. She said, he left me because he got tired of complaining about the fact that I don't clean. She said he got tired of his house being nasty, me not cleaning, just went down the list. And I said, I want you to do me a favor. We're going to tackle. That's why, and I didn't know that God would use a safety pin in her glasses to open up a conversation. Tomorrow, I want you to do me a favor. I said, I want you to go to America's Best. I want you to go to TSO. I want you to go to Walmart. I want you to go somewhere. And I want you to tell them put a screw in your glasses. Then I want you to tell them to put one in, and I want them to tighten it. Put that thing on the heat machine, stretch it, fix your glasses, come back. I said, because we're going to attack something in you that you wouldn't allow to be dealt with. And she came back to the store. This was on Sunday. I worked on Monday. She came back to the store to show me that she had went to fix her glasses. And told me, thank you for the conversation, because now she understands where she needs to go and work on self. Just by me noticing a safety pin.
In her
Because
glasses.
what person wants to walk around
With a
with
safety
a
pin.
safety pin boxing you in your eye all day long?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I just know when relationships, like you said, love is work.
It's work.
When you are in relationship, you have to give, you have to take, you have to show up, you have to uh, be vulnerable, you have to accept, you have to sacrifice, you have to. If you're not willing to put in the work yourself, why would anybody be willing to put in the work for you?
Thank you.
So what I want people to get from this is these discussions this month is when we talk about traditional relationships, we're talking about in a traditional marriage, men have a role, women have a role. Women nurture, men protect. Women cook, clean, and do all of that. Men go make the money. That's tradition. That's what all this traditional marriage is based on. What traditional male and female roles have normally been since time immemorial. When we look at being in these traditional roles, what happens now is we live in a time and an age that is not bound by what traditional roles used to be. We now have two people required to make the income to run the household. So that means there has to be some give and take on who does the cooking, the cleaning, the finances, the and even if we're coming to the table to do that together, there still has to be a decision for who's on first. And what typically happens is if you're good at finances, you handle the finances. If I'm good at cleaning, I handle the cleaning. If you're good at, organizing, you do the organization for the house. If I'm good at uh maintaining, I do the main. I mean, it's all the ebb and flow. It's all back and forth. It's all, but you can still have a traditional marriage in a non-traditional world. But it all requires the same thing: that you show up, that you make a decision to work, that you make a decision to put the relationship and your partner first, after God, of course, but it all revolves around people being able to come into the relationship as their authentic self, which means you've done your shadow work, you've done your healing, you know what's going on. Um, and then once you establish what the baseline is, then you establish how you guys are going to work as a couple. And then you establish what your household looks like. And then you establish, if you're having kids, what that looks like. But it all starts with you knowing yourself. So if you want a traditional marriage, a traditional relationship, even in a non-traditional world, you have to know your history and the patterns first. Do your work. Everything else falls in place. Close us out.
There's so much that we can consider. Go back, look at those episodes, share them. Um, Share a lot of stuff all day long. You know, if I get another Mojo Brooks video, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. If I get another, if I get one more Mojo Brooks video, got a video today about Corey Holcomb going off on Takara Williams, two comedians at it. We share a lot of stuff that's not positive, that's not essential, that's not helpful. Every one of us knows somebody that's battling. Every one of us knows someone that's hurting, that needs somebody to say, hey, walk me through this, help me through this. A lot of the conversations that Nik and Pat are having, we really, to be honest, and many times or just opening up our own wounds, opening up our own lives, sharing with you our own vulnerabilities, our own challenges. And if you know somebody that could benefit from hearing these conversations, share them. Because one thing I know for sure, and two things for certain, that neither person that you see on either side of this screen is perfect. But every one of us wake up every day intentional, trying to make it work, trying to fight for better careers, lives, families, parents, siblings, children, relationships, all of the things that it encompasses. So there is nothing about either of the two people that you see that says perfection. The one thing you will never be able to achieve is not trying. I will not allow life to defeat me. I told somebody this, and I end with this statement. I stood up one day to preach, and I said, I want to announce today that I've been in a fight. You should have heard all the oohs and the ahs and oh my Lord. And I said, hold on, y'all, wait a minute. I didn't say I was getting beat up. I said I'm in a fight. And maybe y'all don't know how to fight, but in a fight, punches is being thrown on both sides. I'm never just gonna lay down and let the devil whoop on me. You can show up, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna roll up my sleeve like Bruce Lee, and we going to work. You're in a fight. All I'm telling you is do the work. Do the work. Because it may not end the way you think if all you would do is dare to fight. Fight for it. Watch what happens.
I agree. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Oh,